Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm talking about how to start a social media marketing agency in 2021. But luckily for you, it's the same way as all the other years combined, so you're not gonna learn anything new. But this is the way that you can start. And it's the same way you start in 2020, 2019, 2018, 2022, 23, 24, and so on. So hopefully this is the last video you guys have to watch, because I know a lot of people who have never started an agency, or maybe they're just starting out, they spend hours on YouTube trying to find the silver bullet. They try to find a Facebook ad strategy that's gonna be the path of least resistance to getting their first client. Well, I'm here to tell you that a lot of guys, unfortunately, are working on their outer man and not their inner man. And that's really important because, like I said, you guys are spending so many hours searching for that one specific thing, that one strategy to get you your first client. But in reality, the problem is your discipline. And this is something that I had a problem with too just 5 months ago. I'm 5 months into my agency right now, and I literally last month hit $17,000 in revenue. So I know a little something about what I'm talking about, but the point is mindset and discipline is the biggest problem that people have. And even though, yes, it is the most guru, the most thing to really talk about, once you fully understand and you start to apply what I'm talking about, you really start to get it. And you're like, oh my gosh, all this time I've been working on, strategies, on trying to find a system that works, when in reality, it was just me. It was me that was the problem. It was me that was stopping me from hitting my goals. Because when I started my agency in October of 2020, little did I know it was actually the worst time that I could have probably started any agency. And yet I was still doing $10,000 in my first few months actually starting. And you can see my actual interview with Jordan Lee right here, where he interviews me my first month actually doing it. I hit $11,000 in revenue, and it was because I finally started working on my mindset. So again, the problem is not the strategy. The problem is not the sales script. The problem is not the cold calling script. The problem is not your systems. The problem is you. Because like so many other people, there's so much fear, procrastination that goes into starting a social media marketing agency, especially if you've never even started a business before. It's time to start facing your fears and becoming a problem solver, because you were born successful, but you're programmed to fail. Like Elon Musk says, you are paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of the problems you solve. So once you start to pick up the phone, pick this phone up and start calling people to solve their problems, it will be very hard for you to land any clients. So I need you to start controlling your thoughts. When you're, scrolling through Facebook, when you're watching shows on Netflix, when you have negative thoughts, I want you to start replacing them with positive thoughts. And this is something that I've had problems with too. If you look at some of my older videos, I have paint on my nails, nail polish on my nails. Why did I do that? Because I have a problem with biting my nails. So when I go to bite my nails, I remind myself with the nail polish. It's a bright color. I need to start replacing the thoughts that I have, because honestly, I'm doing it without even realizing. And some of you might be doing the same thing. You procrastinate. You start going through social media, trying to pretend like you're busy doing something when you're really not. Out of habit, not because you actually want to be, right? It's a subliminal thing. So that's what I mean. You have to start controlling your mind. Take control of your mind and you take control of your life. You can't change your life and then control your thinking. So again, anytime you guys have a negative thought or you're doing something that's stopping you from getting to your first client, I want you to replace those thoughts with a positive thought. Second thing is scheduling your day. What do your days look like? Most of the guys that I've talked about, because I've done coaching with some people already, most of these guys, they are not working. Most of these guys, they've never had a client, but every single one of them is like, I just need more time. I don't have enough time in the day. The problem is not time. The richest man in the world has 24 hours just like you. The problem is not time. The problem is managing your time. Do you even have a Google Calendar? Do you have any calendar for that matter, right? And this is also another way to just be productive in general. Start planning your day out. My parents, my family literally laughs at me when I talk about my schedule, but I laugh back, because my schedule changed my life. You don't get better just because. You have to plan your whole day. Set your goals and set your day up, right? What you should do is, before you start your next day at night, before you go to bed, write down 5 things you want to get done today and do not sleep until they're done. Because if you fail to plan, you will plan to fail. So what are your goals, right? Where do you want to live? What kind of house do you want? How much money do you want to make per month? What are your goals? Write those goals down and always keep them in mind at all times. Replace those negative thoughts with your goals. I make $10,000 a month. I make $50,000 a month. I have 10 clients. And start saying that. And as you start to think those things, your behaviors will change. Your behaviors will determine your actions, and your actions will determine your results. Thoughts are things, and that's what a lot of people understand, really, because I believe in law of attraction. And yes, that is again very guru-like, but it's true and it is real. It's a literal law of the universe, law of attraction. And again, law of attraction is not what most people think, because when I tell people that, they're like, law of attraction is stupid, you're stupid. And I'm like, okay, I understand how you would think that, but if you really think about it, law of attraction is thinking about something nonstop, constantly thinking about your goals and taking actions to do them. If you do those two things, you will attract what you want in your life. And you really can't argue that. You can't argue that that's not how you get your goals. If you're constantly thinking about your goals and you're constantly taking actions to hit those goals, how can you argue against law of attraction? It is a universal law after all. So again, guys, setting your day up before the day actually happens is super key, because not only are you gonna get a lot done, you will start to attract the things that you want in your life. And the last thing I'm gonna touch on are your systems, because really this is 20% of the whole game. 80% of it is really just your mind and setting yourself up. It's just mindset and setting yourself up to finally hit those goals and get to your first client. So the last thing I'm gonna talk about is your systems. How are you meeting people every single day? Who are you getting in front of? How are you getting in front of them? Personally, from experience, I know that cold calling is the fastest, most effective way to get a client. And if you guys want questions on that, or you guys wanna see somebody do it in action, check out my videos on my channel. I literally do live cold calling back when I was starting my agency in November, December. My first month I hit 11,000. My second month I hit 8,000. And my third month I hit $10,000 again. So again, I know what I'm talking about a little bit, at least. I'm not necessarily an expert. I haven't even been doing it for 6 months, but I do know that the systems work if you want to do cold calling. That is the fastest, most effective way to meet new people, get interest, and close deals. It's on the phone. So if you guys don't have good phone skills, maybe you should try to get some good phone skills and also implement some other things like cold email, LinkedIn outreach, Facebook ads, if you can actually do that. But again, cold calling, you should probably get good at first, because if you don't have good phone skills, then you probably won't be able to close anybody that you get from any other channels. But that leads me to the next system, which is sales. The first thing is appointments. The second thing is sales, getting them to actually close. So the first thing you're doing is just capturing interest, right? Think of a funnel. The very top is just awareness. This is them just knowing who you are, because right now nobody knows who you are. So money follows attention. At the very top of the funnel, they are just understanding. They are aware of who you are. So the goal of setting the appointment is just to push them further into the funnel, right? So the sales is now they're interested. Now you actually have to convert them. So how are you getting in front of people? How are you offering your services? And the last thing is fulfillment. Personally, it's ironic that my name on YouTube is Day in the Marketing Man, because to be honest, I don't manage my own marketing. I have people that do it for me. I have white labels that do all the work. Because imagine right now, I know it's hard to imagine having 20 clients if you've never even had one, but just for a second, imagine that you have 20 clients. Would you be able to manage all 20 of them? No, it'd be very hard. So that's why you have to have systems in place, because at this point in my agency, I have people doing cold calls 6 hours a day. I do all the sales, and I actually have somebody doing all the fulfillment. So at the moment, my only job is to just pitch my offer and follow up and close. And once I get to that level, I'm going to then replace myself from sales, and then I'll have an actual system where I'm not working in the business day to day. I'm just working on the business, not in the business. But I understand a lot of you guys are brand new. So again, work on your appointment setting, work on your phone skills, get on the phone, get some people to get your attention and push them further along. Get them into the sales, close them, and get a white label. Who's going to do your marketing for you? If you're going to do it, that's great. Maybe it won't work out long term if you want to get to 15, 30 clients a month. But at least for now, your first objective is to start getting appointments. Get appointments, get interest, get used to speaking on the phone, get used to rejection. There's a lot of rejection, because think about this. If you can only work with 1 or 2 people per state like me, there's 40 million people in California. I need 39.99999 million people to tell me no because I only need 1 or 2 people. So get used to rejection. Every no is closer to a yes. And I actually demonstrate this in my cold calling videos because if you look at them, I have squares. So I have 10 squares, and every time I get a no, it's me getting closer to the yes. So get used to rejection. Get used to people telling you no because that's just part of the game. You will never get a yes until you get a no first. So again, guys, I hope that was really helpful. That is probably the easiest way to start a social media marketing agency in 2021. If you guys need help, see the link in the description right now. I'm actually opening up some spots for coaching, very cheap, because I'm just trying to get some testimonials before I create a course, before I start charging a lot more for my coaching. So if you guys are interested in that, I'm getting a ton of inquiries. I'm opening up 10 spots. If you guys want, your spot, click the link in the description. And by the way, follow me on Instagram. I'm really trying to grow that as well. So you can follow me at Dan the Marketing Man. There'll be a link right here, Dan the MKT Man. And without further ado, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys when I see you guys.